All right, today we're going to do a walk around video of the Yanmar Yt359 open station. As you can see, back it off a little bit. There we go. Just a few things that come to mind. I've always owned John Deere tractors. I have owned a Kubota. I had a Grandale 4060. It wasn't nothing to write home about, honestly. Got the Yanmar mainly because of the price, and they have a reputation for making good motors. So first thing that jumps out at me is the steering rod right here is sitting in front of the axle right here. They have this piece of steel right here just to protect the steering rod. Generally this piece is behind the axle on a John Deere for the reason of it being protected. We'll see how it holds up. I do like how thick the steel is on the loader. It's pretty heavy duty. These pins, the way they're made, are basically a copy of a John Deere. This is how it is on my 4520. The pins are made in there with the grease fitting. On the John Deere, it's got a nut right here. On this one, it's got a bolt going through it. That's fine, whatever. So far, the loader seems to be on par with the John Deere of the same size. I don't think it's any stronger, but it's okay. It's got the universal skid steer attachment. That's fine. I'm not crazy about that either way. What else? What else? This does have the quick detach loader. Of course, I won't be detaching it, so I'll never know. I opted for the full, the actual third function, not just a diverter valve, but a full third function. Apparently this is where it mounts on a Yanmar. It's got the plate from the factory right here. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, so it's kind of just sticking out. I don't like that. I haven't figured out if there's much I can do about it as of yet, though. I like it having the clutch pedal. It does have a use, even though this is a hydro tractor. It's got the split brakes, which every tractor should have. On the back, it comes factory with 2 rear remotes included in the price. They do owe me a 3rd rear remote, which is on its way. The only complaint I have is the stuff for the 3-point, the sway control arms. They're really not as good as a John Deere, to be honest with you. They're okay. That's about the most I can say about it, but and this bar here is nowhere near as heavy duty as the one on my John Deere, but it was the same on the Kubota. The 3-point stuff on the Kubota or the Yanmar, either one, is really just not on the same level as a John Deere. I do like these exposed cylinders though. It doesn't pick up any more than the John Deere, but it does seem to pick it up with a little more authority. The rollover system, that's all pretty much the norm. Another thing I don't care for, it doesn't come with any kind of onboard storage. On most John Deeres, they have a little cubby right here that you can put some extra pins and a crescent wrench in. You can buy a console piece for this, but it still doesn't have a lockable storage. So there is no onboard toolbox from the factory. We are going to modify this to hold a toolbox. The operator station is pretty open. I like how the room it has. The seat, it's a pretty comfortable seat. It's okay. It has a gas tank mounted low. So right here's your filler cap. That's really nice for putting gas in it. I don't know how well that is though, it being mounted under the bottom if you're in a lot of thick brush. Now it is a metal tank, but who knows, we'll see. You really shouldn't take your tractor in a lot of thick, heavy brush, but then again, you have to do what you have to do. One thing I do like about this tractor better than the John Deere is a couple of items. One is it's got the protection right here for the valve stem. I like that collar. It's got 2 studs, you'll notice. John Deere don't have that. Those are going to make it a lot easier to get this tire up on there if you ever have to change it. The next thing is it does have the adjustable spacing on the wheels. So you can flip this plate around to make it even wider wheelbase. You can flip this in and out. There's probably a half a dozen configurations you can do with these wheels. And I like that, and it didn't cost anything extra. With John Deere, it's either in or out. It does not have these other bolts around here to where you can customize it. You see a lot of people online looking for spacer kits for John Deere tractors to make them wider so they feel more stable. With this tractor, you won't have to do that. The front has the same thing. It has the studs. That's just a handy feature that doesn't really cost anything. There's no reason John Deere couldn't do the same. I'm not going to go into the operation of the transmission. Anybody that's looked into these tractors has already seen a lot of videos on how the transmission works. I will say this, it is not like a normal hydromatic transmission. It just is not. It is very, very similar to a gear drive transmission with the amount of power it puts to the ground. I have pulled a 2-bottom plow with this tractor, and I have pulled a big heavy disc with this tractor, and it'll do it. I think it'll do it probably about as good as a gear drive John Deere of the same size. If it holds up like a John Deere, I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I had for now. I may do a further video later. I'm definitely going to do some ground engagement work with this tractor, pulling some rippers and stuff to move some dirt and break up some dirt. So when I start that, I'll be putting up more videos. But that's all for today. Thank you.